This week on Moms Like Us, the Bella twins stop by to gush all about their new baby boys.
They're both and they've been this way though at a young age.
Strong.
They're very strong.
Mm-hmm.
They're so athletic, and they're both going to probably talk at 7 months.
Then Bachelor Nation's DeAnna Pappas opens up about her kids watching the show.
You know, she's in school now, and some of her friends are saying like, oh, my mom said she saw your mom on TV. You know, she said that to me one day.
Plus, Chrissy Teigen reveals how her daughter Luna is honoring their late son, Jack.
I think it's so important to be honest and open with your kids, and couldn't agree with Chrissy Teigen more.
Yeah.
We've got that plus so much more on today's Moms Like Us. Hey everyone, and welcome to Moms Like Us. I'm Christina. That's Brianne Mance from Stroller in the City. Hi, Brianne. How are you?
Hey, Christina. How's it going?
Good. We made it to another week.
We did. It's almost Thanksgiving. Kind of crazy.
I know, Thanksgiving, holiday shopping right around the corner, which we talked a little bit about last week, but it's rapidly approaching.
I know. This time is just flying by. I just can't even handle it.
The year of nothing is almost done.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this week we're going to start with a trend topic, but also get our real mom of the moment weekend. So this is from Kristen Bell. So if you follow her and her husband, Dax Shepard, on social media, you know that they do not share any photos of their kids' faces on social media. So they typically cover their faces with emojis. So they share daughters Lincoln and Delta, and she recently opened up about why they don't show their kids' faces, saying, I don't know them yet. I don't know if they will want that. So I really don't have the right to choose for them. I chose a career in the public eye. I chose to be quoted. I chose to have my picture taken.
Yeah, and you know, Kristen and Dax aren't the only ones that are not showing their kids. George and Amal Clooney, they had twins back in 2018, and we have not seen a pic of them yet.
I didn't realize that it's been almost 2 years, over 2 years, and we've never seen a photo. It's crazy.
Never. Isn't that insane? That's kind of crazy.
It really is. And you know, another couple that does that as well is Ava Mendes and Ryan Gosling. Ryan doesn't have social media, unfortunately, for all of us, but Ava confirmed that she won't share photos of their daughters until they're old enough to give consent.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cameron Diaz and Benji Madden welcomed daughter Radix last year, and the couple haven't shared any photos of her. At the time, they said, while we are overjoyed to share the news, we also feel strong instinct to protect our little one's privacy. We won't be posting pictures or sharing any more details other than the fact that she is really, really cute.
Like you said, I do. I get it. I mean, would you do the same thing if you were a celeb?
Yeah, I mean, well, I share photos of my children, based on my career, so it's so different, but I'm not that popular like they are. I think it could, it can go either way, there's some celebs that do share photos of their kids all the time, and nothing, is said bad about them in the media and everything's fine, but then it can go the complete opposite where you have paparazzi standing at your door. So I get it. I respect it too.
I totally, I understand both sides. I understand you wanting to share because that's your family and you're like, I want everybody to see it. But on the other hand, if you are a more private celebrity and you're kind of, you're just doing this because you love making movies and you love making TV shows and you're not in it for the fame, then I totally get that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Either way is the right way.
Exactly. Whatever you choose for your children is right. We are not judging you.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get to our celeb mom and dad news of the week. And we sat down with Nikki and Brie Bella, who revealed who is the calmer mom, who is the stricter mom, and so much more. Take a look. Who would you say is the calmer mom between the two of you?
Oh, me.
Yes. Oh my gosh, no.
You think I'm too calm?
No, you're so anal. I feel bad.
Oh no, I'm anal for sure.
Yes.
But I'm calm.
Oh, no, you're not. He makes one little noise, like he might yawn, and you're over there wanting to hold him.
Okay, that's true.
Who is the stricter mom?
Me.
You're going to lay down the law later.
Oh, God, Nikki is strict. I mean, she's strict with Birdie. I'm like, dude, it's my kid.
Yeah. But I'm protective.
Yeah.
Is Artem strict too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We both have the same on that, which I love.
Who is going to be stricter when it comes to your son's dating?
Me.
She will. For sure.
Poor Artem even says poor Mateo on that. He's like, geez. I'm like, I know, poor guy.
Yeah. I think I know the answer to this one, but who's most likely to have a baby next?
Oh, for sure her.
No.
My tubes are out.
Oh, your tubes are out.
I got my tubes taken out. There's no way.
I honestly want to be one and done. Artem really wants a little girl, but I just don't know if I could do it again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you feel, well, you felt like that too, Brie, right?
I I got to a point where I was one and done, and then Buddy came. And I actually have to say, I am so happy. I can't imagine life without him now. And when I do look at the siblings and how they are, and you do see your little unit grow, there is something special about that.
Yeah.
Definitely. But as of right now, Nikki, you're one and done.
Yeah, one and done. I want Mateo to travel the world with Artem and I. Artem and I talk about living in Paris for like 3 months, or like, you know, he may go do some theater stuff in London. And so with just Mateo, it's easy for us to just move around if we want to. So I like that.
Yeah. And which one is going to be a future wrestler?
Tag team. They're going to be a tag team.
I think both of them.
The Fella Boys.
But Birdie might beat them to it.
Birdie might beat them to it.
Birdie the Smasher Danielson.
Yeah. Is Birdie loving being a big sister? She loves everything about it.
Loves it. She likes that it's like she's in charge. I think she really likes that. But it's really cute to see how she is with the boys.
I mean, she bosses all of us.
All of us.
She's in charge of all of us.
Birdie's world, we're all living in.
That's right.
Yeah. Are you noticing? I know we spoke to Artem, I think last week, and he said that Mateo is already a little athlete. Are you guys noticing that, that little hints of athleticism is already coming out on both of them?
Yes. I mean, Buddy just started rolling. And just when you see how he's maneuvering his legs and his arms and stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh.
They're both like, and they've been this way though at a young age.
Strong.
They're very strong.
Mm-hmm.
They're so athletic, and they're both going to probably talk at 7 months would be my guess, or maybe earlier.
Well, I don't know about that. But
yeah, they sound like little whales. Like it's so cute.
They do. They make whale noises at each other.
They already have like their own like little twin language.
Ew.
That's so funny. Oh my God, that's amazing. You know, it seems like they both are absolutely loving motherhood.
Absolutely. And I love that they have their babies so close in age. It's so awesome.
It really is. I mean, they're going to be best friends for life.
It's like raising like siblings.
It is. Yeah. It's like having twins, just like them.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that you have like someone to lean on for that. It's just so awesome.
It is. It really, really is. So definitely happy for them.
For sure. So up next, the Vanderpump Girl Gang is saying that their simultaneous pregnancies weren't an accident. On an episode of Lala Kent's podcast, Stassi revealed if there was a pregnancy pact between she, Lala, and Brittany. Listen to this.
Was there a pregnancy pact? And
I mean, there kind of was.
yeah, kind of.
Yes. I mean, we didn't like
Stassi.
draw blood and like shake hands. You know what I mean? We didn't do any spells.
We just said we
wanted to get pregnant. We just said, hey, that would be really cool. Let's take that seriously if we can one day. And
wow, I can't believe with you, Stassi, I have to draw blood to make a pact. That was as real of a pact as I've ever had in my whole life.
I love that they were planning, to get pregnant around the same time, but it's interesting that they didn't mention Sheena Shea, who is also pregnant, but it seems like they definitely have had a falling out between all of them.
I think so, 100%. I'm shocked that they didn't mention her either.
Yeah, well, Sheena has said that, she's not really friends with Lala and Stassi anymore, so it seems like she wasn't in the pregnancy pact, but you have to think of Katie as well. She did say on Instagram recently when somebody said, how come you're not pregnant yet? And she said, well, sometimes it doesn't happen on the first try. And which is so true. Sometimes it does take a while for somebody to get pregnant. So no pressure on anybody because it does. Sometimes it does take a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally. All right. Well, this week we also sat down with DeAnna Pappas, a favorite from Bachelor Nation, to see whether or not she would ever let her own kids be on the show. Let's see what she had to say.
And all the Bachelor moms, I always ask, one, have your kids seen anything yet? And two, would you let them go on the show? I always have to ask. I ask all the time.
Okay, I'll answer this backwards. I can't even go there. Like, I love Austin so much. Like, to even think about him dating at all, I just cannot go there. Like, he climbed in bed with me this morning and got right on top of me and hugged me and kissed me on the cheek. He was like, I love you, mama. And I was like, that's it. You're staying with me forever. You're never leaving. You're mine forever, ever and ever, ever. And then my Addison, she is just such a sweet girl. I cannot even fathom putting her on reality television. Not even just like The Bachelorette to date, but just, she's so sweet. She's so innocent. She is so kind, and she is so thoughtful and so inclusive. Like, I would never want her to experience, exactly what Claire has gone through, that social media hate. Like, I don't want her to ever go through that. Like, she is just such a great girl. And I would never want that to Jade, who she is as a person. And that's what I think about, And then secondly, what was the other question?
Have they seen any clips or anything?
Oh gosh. So no, they have not. Austin in particular could care less. He has no clue. But Addison, the older she gets, she's in school now, and some of her friends are saying like, oh, my mom said she saw your mom on TV. She said that to me one day. And then the other day I came in the door and they were like, are you famous? And I was like, no, mommy is not famous. No. And they were like, well, why are you on TV? Why are you doing all of these things? And like, it's so hard to explain right now. But this summer, while Brad Womack's second season or the first season too, both of them were re-airing, Addison saw a clip. They sent it to me ahead of time so that I could see what was going to be shown, obviously. And she saw, and it was me kissing Brad. And she leaned over and she was like, why are you kissing that man? That is not my daddy. And I was like, I know, it's so weird to explain. But like, I was on television once a really long time ago on this show, and she was like, why are you kissing him? And I was like, I don't know how to explain this. When you're older, I'll be happy to tell you. But yeah, they kind of have no clue. But no, we have not let them watch it. It's clearly not appropriate for my children at this age to watch. And also, they just don't understand. Like, Addison, she just doesn't get it. She's like, why are you on TV? I don't understand. Is daddy famous too? Like, what is going on?
I mean, would you let your kids go on a dating show?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. How about you?
I don't think I can do it either. I don't think so.
Knowing watching The Bachelor for years and, Bachelor in Paradise, I just don't think I could see my daughter going through what these people go through.
No. And I mean, how many couples have actually made it to couples and lasted forever, right? It's like a handful.
Not
right?
that, yeah, it's the odds are definitely not in their favor.
Right, exactly. I mean, what are you going to do?
Okay,
so up next, Chrissy Teigen showed how incredibly empathetic her daughter Luna is in a touching Instagram video. Take a look at this.
This is the cutest, most beautiful thing I have ever seen. We just got baby Jack's ashes back, so they're in here for now with some blessed holy tie string, and Luna put a little therapy bear around him. And the best part is I came down and she gave him a piece of her favorite snack, a tiny piece of pirate's booty. And she's I don't know, she's amazing.
So Luna put a therapy stuffed bear around Jack's ashes and a piece of pirate's booty, which is her favorite snack, which is so sweet. Yeah. Chrissy captioned the post saying, I'm just thinking a lot about Jack today. Our house is very open about life, death, grief, everything really. We try to explain things well and answer every question in a beautiful, spiritual, but literal way. I know this is a weird post, but I just wanted to share these two. Always remember, life is infinitely better with Luna in it. I miss you, Jack. We miss you a lot. It's so
sad. I mean, do you think that she's doing the right thing about being so open and honest? I mean, I think so.
Absolutely. I think you have to be. And I think you have to talk about it, especially with your kids. You can't hide them from things like that, especially when they were surrounded by it, and they know about it. So I think it's so important to be honest and open with your kids, and couldn't agree with Chrissy Teigen more.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think it's helpful for a lot of her fans too, because so many people are going through the same things and probably don't know how to talk to older siblings about, pregnancy loss or miscarriages and things like that. So hopefully it gives a lot of people something to relate to. And, being open and honest with your kids is the most important thing, because if you're telling them a lie, they're eventually going to figure it out. So it's right to be honest and open, no matter how young they are. So they're going through a really hard time, but it's nice to see that, they're having these glimmers of hope every now and then.
Right. And their daughter, Luna, I mean, you can tell that she understands what's going on too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Oh, so sad. So heartbreaking. So our next story is about Kate Beckinsale and her ex, Michael Sheen. So they shared their daughter, Lily, and the actor opened up on Annie McManus's podcast about their 2003 split. And he said, going through that experience of a relationship breaking down and having a young child, and then because of my daughter and her mom living in another country, having to make a life in a new place while going through that whole experience, which is difficult enough. Now, he went on to explain that he was living in England while their now 21-year-old daughter was with her mom in the United States. And he said, I had no work visa to stay in America. So every time I left, I had to go back to Britain. I never knew if I would be allowed to come back in again. So I ended up having to work in Britain because I wasn't really getting any work in America. It really made me question certain things about myself. I could not imagine what that must have been like.
No, I mean, can you imagine having a child in another country that you can't see? Like, most parents is like every other week or, every other day. Like, I can't even imagine, like, how do they even co-parent like that?
I don't know, but it seems like they have such a great relationship, the two of them. They really have always maintained and always said nothing but high praises in the press about each other. But I would imagine at times that had to be really stressful and a real big strain on the relationship because like you said, some co-parents, some divorced parents or split parents live like 20 minutes away or an hour away. Right. This is an ocean away. So that's really, really difficult.
And this was before Zoom,
right. What do you do before Zoom, before FaceTime? Like this was that had to be very, very challenging for both of them, for the daughter as well, not being able to see her dad.
Yeah. So sad.
But it's good that everybody is in a good place now.
Absolutely. And I can't believe the daughter's 21.
I know. And I mean, Kate Beckinsale looks like she's 21. Like, what's your secret?
I thought the same thing. I want to know her secret. Please.
How is that possible?
Okay, so it's time for our clap back of the week, and it goes to an unexpected celeb mom. It's Elizabeth Chambers, the mom of two who shares Harper, who's 5, and Ford, that's 3, with a strange husband, Armie Hammer. Shared this video. Take a look.
Really great. Really great. This is the best pizza I've ever had.
Mm-hmm. So the kids are indulging in what looks like a Nutella pizza. And of course, the trolls came out as usual. Mm-hmm. Chambers shared 2 DMs she received after posting. One said, it's really bad for kids to eat sweets before sleeping and eating that after brushing their teeth too. And she said, yes, they don't make a habit of it and brush their teeth again. That was her response. And added that in a sarcastic message to a supportive follower that the hater was a 21-year-old non-mom, but a parental expert.
Oh my God. I mean, she isn't super outspoken on social media, but I have to agree with her. I mean, let the kids live.
I know. And like, how do you know that they didn't brush their teeth before bed?
Seriously. And who cares? I mean, every now and then it's okay.
I know. It's not like she's showing them like constantly like eating chocolates all day long. You know what I mean? It was like a cute little picture. I cannot believe the way trolls come out. I really just can't.
And it's like, did that troll never have dessert growing up? Like you never indulged in ice cream or cake or anything like that? Like, then I feel bad for that person.
I know, absolutely. And the brushing the teeth thing, like, how do you know that? Like, right. It just doesn't make sense.
It makes 0 sense. People, we talk about it every single week. People have a lot to say, and they don't really know backstories at all. But I'm sure they brush their teeth, and they're fine.
And they have no cavities too. Okay.
Right. Seriously. Before we leave you today, stick around to hear what the Bella twins wish they knew about motherhood before becoming moms. Well, Brianne, thank you so much as always.
Thank you. I'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week. Make sure to tune in every Thursday on Us Weekly's YouTube channel at 3 p.m. for Moms Like Us. Keep commenting, keep subscribing, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yes. Bye, guys.
What is one thing you wish somebody told you about motherhood before you became moms?
Gosh, I guess what I wish someone told me is just how you'd be willing to give up everything. Mm-hmm. Like, it is crazy. Like, Nicole and I, we have a lot of great businesses. We have strong careers and all that. But at a drop of a hat, I would give it all up for my kids. And to the point, I will say this pandemic has made me want to step away from a couple companies just because I want to be with my kids more, my family. I never thought I would be like that because I'm like, I'll balance it all, make it all even. And it's like, no, I don't. I want to give up more things so I can be more hands-on.
Yeah. You just want to be home with your babies.
Yes. And for me, I wish people would have told me more about overtired babies. Yeah. And that, like, don't worry, they can breathe in their swaddle. You don't have to hold them all the time. Don't feel guilty. This is actually what they need, because I feel like if I was more prepped on that, I wouldn't have held Mateo so much in the beginning. And I realized part of him being colic was I had an overtired baby and it was my fault. Because I just didn't think he would breathe ever in his bassinet or doc talk. I was just one of those terrified moms, but I wish someone sat me down and goes, trust me, they love you, you're
find. I think I did. You must not have heard that. Whatever.